evening, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to those of you across the land, across the pond. I am Leo Brown, and welcome to another edition of Intuitive Insights. Before I get into this intuitive insight and why I'm doing it, I want to say thank you to all of you who are watching, commenting, subscribing, liking my videos. It really means a lot. It actually keeps me going, and it makes me want to put out more content. So let's get into why I'm doing this intuitive insight. So this intuitive insight, if you see the description, it's about singer Celine Dion, French Canadian singer Celine Dion. And I wanted to do this because one, I am a fan of her work, but two, it's been on my head like for the past couple of days. And as we know, she recently allowed us, as probably to let us know that she now has what they call, or what um, doctors call stiff person's disease, and it's a neurological disorder, and it affects like things that you do in your daily life, like walking, talking, things like singing. So as we know, Celine Dion is a part of the vocal trinity, along with Whitney and Mariah. And if you're someone who grew up in the 90s, in particular between 92 and 97, Celine Dion was everywhere. Because Celine Dion really hit her mark, I think, with Falling Into You. If you know that album is a classic. It's a classic album. And she's also known for, of course, her covers of If You Ask Me To, The Power of Love, my goodness, Very Deep Mountain High, Natural Woman, and so on and so on. And of course, the theme from Titanic. So, this intuitive insight is really not hard for me, but it's different because not that I have a stake in it, like I know Celine, I don't know her like that. I wish, but it's really sad to see someone that I've admired for their talent and their skill and their commitment to not only the music in terms of singing, but in terms of the music business for as long as she has. She's been singing since she was a child. That's all she knows. So I really just wanted to come on and do this because, you know, I think it'll be good to see what's in store for Celine and, you know, what this may entail. I mean, we already know it's going to affect her health, but what other things will it affect and effect aside from that? So that's why I wanted to do this. So, if you guys want to stick around for this, great. If you don't, if it's too much for y'all, because it may be a trigger warning for y'all too. It may be triggering, but I just wanted to come on and do this. So I'm going to not use any tools. I'm just going to go with what I'm being told intuitively and spiritually from spirit. And I just want my guides and my ancestors to be with me as I say and I give this from the heart. So to Ms.Dion and her family, this is for you. Okay, so the first thing I'm picking up around me is I pick up panic. I pick up um, I pick up a feeling of, and I think this is to be expected, a feeling of I don't know what I'm going to do. But I also pick up a great deal of determination. I hear the word trying in my head. I feel like this is really affecting, it's more than just you singing Miss Dion. This is what I'm picking up is like, what I hear in my head is you're wondering about your ability to be a mom. And I feel like, and I keep hearing the word independence. And what I'm getting is that physically, you're like, I want to be independent. Like I pick up a lot of determination. I pick up a lot of almost like a rage, like a anger, really deep down. And I hear the word betrayal. Like I hear like her saying like, I can't believe my body would betray me like this. So it feels like to me you're grieving a lot. But I also pick up that not the disease itself is good, but what I'm also getting you do is I'm seeing you doing a lot of reflecting. I'm seeing you looking over your life. I feel like there's a lot of harsh truths that you're now forced to see. And you're now telling yourself that I think before you didn't. And I'm also getting a connection to your parents. I feel like your parents have either come to you a lot or you think about them all the time. I keep seeing your mother and your father literally in my head. So I feel like there's something about them that you're like, oh my God, like like family members that have passed are coming to you a lot. And I'm either getting dream work or something of that nature. I'm getting a lot with you getting in touch with your spirituality. I'm picking up a lot with you writing a lot more. Not writing in terms of music, even though I do pick up you recording. But what I'm picking up around you is I feel like you're going to be doing like a lot of journaling. You might even do a memoir about this, like a book about it, because I feel like there's a lot that we don't know. And I'm also getting that there's a lot about your this may sound funny, but there's a lot about your husband that you're starting to uncover that I think before you didn't pay attention to. Now that it's just you. You're really looking at the world from the outside looking in. You're observing a lot. And I'm also getting a lot to do with therapies, not just physical therapies, but talk therapies, mental therapies, because I definitely pick up a great deal of depression sometimes. I definitely pick up that I get a lot of tears because I feel like it really hurt you to postpone your shows and get back on the stage. Like it really did, but you were like, I have no choice. And I feel like you have a team around you that are really like, listen, Celine, you gotta stop. You gotta slow down. And the thing of it is, you don't know how. That's the thing. You don't know how to slow down. You have been performing since you were a child. So all you know is that. You don't know anything but that. And I feel like this is showing you like maybe, honey, you got to get in touch with different aspects and parts of you. And I'm also getting a lot to do with yoga. I'm getting a lot to do with massage, something to do with heat. I feel like you're going to change your diet. I'm actually getting you gaining weight. I feel like you're because I know that you're naturally a slender woman, but what I'm getting is I see you gaining a little weight. And I feel like in a way it'll be good for you because you kind of need it. You need to gain a little weight. Um, and I want to say I keep hearing the word a year. Like either you may wait a year, yeah, a year, maybe a year and a half before you get back. Because I do feel like you are gonna perform again, but I honestly get you saying I want to wait and I really want to perfect and I really want like I feel like perfection is your thing. And I really want to be on point. Like I really want to be on top of my game. But I get like a year. And I'm thinking I keep getting like a team, like 8 to 10 doctors around you. Like I feel like there's a whole bunch of people advising you like Celine, that's nice, but be realistic. And I also pick up you being like, okay, you know what? If I can't perform physically, I'll do, and this is where I'm getting writing for you because I feel like you're going to end up writing, either being a songwriter or something of that nature, something of that, um, something where you can, because I feel like speaking for you, communication is really important. So what I'm picking up around you is like you're going to do something where you still speak, but it may not be through singing. Um, I get a sense of you feeling very alone. I hear Renee. the name Renee in my head. I feel like you either called him out a lot or like he'll just pop in your head. And I get a sense of abandonment in a way. Like you feel like now I'm at the ruins of the temple. And I feel like you've been feeling this way for a while. This is not new, but it's really coming home now. And there's a lot that's being uncovered. A lot of what I'm getting around you is a great deal of, um, for me, it feels like adolescent and even childhood trauma. And you've never really been allowed to stop and take really hard look at yourself. And I feel like this, though it is debilitating, this disease is really making you do that. And it's not easy, it's not fun, and it's a lot of work. But I do see you. I feel like you are. I honestly I keep hearing the word a year. So I want to say within a year, maybe even two, that you start performing again. But I think it's going to be slow. And I'm seeing, and I don't know why I see you gaining weight. And I mainly see you gaining weight here, like in your chest, your face, maybe a little in your legs. But I feel like you're going to end up being curvier than you are now because you've always been a slender girl. But I feel like for some reason I see you being curvier. Um, and you may not be physically moving around like you were, but I feel like if you do decide to perform again, it'll be very intimate. Because I see you literally sitting down and you being like, I can perform, but it has to be very small. It has to be very intimate. Certain things like that. So yeah. But I honestly get from a deeper level, I feel like this, and I hate to use the word wake up call, but I am getting that. So I'm just gonna say it. I am getting there for you, Ms.Dion. This is a wake up call because it feels like you've been running. You know what I mean? Like you really haven't had a chance to just say, you know what, let me quit and just be and just be myself. Be Celine Claudette Marie Dion from Charlemagne, Quebec, Canada. And it feels like to me, you've never really allowed yourself to be that. And I keep getting 14, 13, 14, something like that. I keep hearing that number. So there's a lot that you're unearthing. I know this affects you physically, but it's a lot deeper than that. It really is. And I feel like you're going to see that. So probably in the next 6 months. But, and I keep getting your mama. Your mama is coming through. Your mother and your father, both. They're both coming through. But I feel like mainly your mother. Like there's some things, there's some unresolved trauma there. There's some unresolved issues with your mom. And yeah, there's because I feel like there's love there, but there's like a lot of miscommunication or either misunderstanding. And it, they're speaking French, so I don't know, I don't understand a word they're saying, but I really pick up her, and I just feel like there's something that's going to come out of this that right now, though it may seem dark, it's actually going to be good for you in the long run. But so that's what I'm getting for Miss Celine Dion. Um, if you guys like this, if you enjoy this video, let me know in the comments. Leave your comments below. Give it a like. Um, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one. Let me know if you are a fan of Celine Dion's work. What is your favorite Celine Dion song? What's your favorite album? What are your thoughts on this whole thing? Let me know in the comments below. So until next time, my sugar bears, I say to you, be learnable, be teachable, love yourself, and most of all, be you. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Bye-bye.